Hello, everybody. How are we all doing? We all good? Bear with me a second. I'm still learning. Hello, everybody. Hi, how's it going? You good? I'm gonna move the camera a bit more this way because we do something like that. You gotta finish your math homework. It's fine. All good. What were you wanting to ask? At some point, not tonight. It's the Halloween. It's what it says on the title, Best Lorian. But come November, we'll be back to schedule. I promise. And then you can get your biker from Hotline Miami. He is scary, but that's not what the theme is. You got to do your maths homework. I'll chat to you soon. In the meantime, I'll talk to the people that are going to be on the stream, and just to let them know what the plan is. See you, Best Lorian. Have a good one. Right. I don't think there's many of you watching the stream currently, but that's totally fine. I'll explain this, and also for people who are going to rewatch it. I know some people, I've had people talk to me saying they rewatch the stream or they like watch later, and that's totally cool. That's fine if people can't make it. That's how it is. Right. So let me just move some stuff out of the way. I'm kind of unorganised today. Sorry, guys. It's been a real busy day. Not to mention one of the reasons for the slight delay because my internet went down, which is crazy. Like the internet went down, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna have to reschedule the stream, aren't I? Because and I said all this morning. This was what I was doing and stuff, and it's just yeah. But luckily, it seems to be running fine. So if there's some technical issues with the internet today, because I noticed it's a bit spotty. If there is, I'll and it becomes a major problem, I'll have to just stop and maybe carry on tomorrow or something like that. But we'll see. Hopefully, it should stick around, but we'll see. Do I seem okay? Everything like I'm not all judgery or whatever? Right, let's see. What do I have to do? Because. One second, I'm just switching main screen. Let's get rid of that. This is how organised I am, guys. It's a mess. Sorry. Right, Photoshop. Here we go. Right, let's get this on here. That's annoying. Why are you? Give me a second. A little echoey, did you say? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that's it. Just trying to get it so it only captures. Currently, it's capturing a lot of nothing, so I don't know why that is. So just give me a second. Window capture. Now let's do it again. Display capture. Hang on. I might be able to fix that. Tell you what, let's get rid of that. I'll add a new one instead. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to get this back. There we go. because I want it to be focusing on Photoshop. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. This is what I had a feeling this was going to happen. It's capturing only part of the screen, and I don't know why. I've tried. Why are you doing that? Here we go. There it goes. For some reason, it's massive, and I don't know why, because I didn't put it that way. Right, so we'll try this again, shall we? Get. Oh God! Get out of the webcam. Oh, there we go. Sorry, guys. Right, now we'll put some music on. It's going to be a bit of macro blank. There we go. Okay, guys. Sorry about all that. Right, so Photoshop is now up, and I think it's all usable. Let's have a look. I can now do. Woo, yeah. Okay, good. Draw some stuff. Whoa. Okay. We are good. And music should be playing. Is it too loud? If it's too loud, let me know. I think it's okay. So let me just look at the comments from on Twitch. You looking for another copy strike? Yeah, I did think that. I was like, you know what, screw it. I wanted the Halloween theme. It's fine. It's about a minute of it, so it's not. I don't know how that is. And I'll just dispute it. I'll just try and dispute it. I'm obviously not claiming I own it or anything, so it's gonna get worse in a minute. It's gonna get worse in a minute because I'm gonna try and show a bit of the movie because we've got some scenes to go through, so I'm going to go through it very quickly. Give me a second, I'll just find that film. Just cut up the bit I want. I thought this would be a lot easier, but it's a bit of a chore doing it this way. Hey, I've never done this before. I thought I could give it a shot, and so far it's going all right. But yeah, if you give me one moment, guys, I just thought I'd like, I'll be here, I'll pop up just to let you know, guys know I'm here, and also because I was just running late, so I wanted to make sure I got it in time. So, second. So let's see. There's the movie. Talk amongst yourselves for a bit. think, shot the scenes that I want. So I'm going to present them to you guys in a minute. So, the two sections I've chosen for tonight's part one of Halloween are adaptation of a Halloween comic scene. Let me try that again. I butchered that entirely. I've chosen two scenes from the movie, and I've actually got the movie on here just so you guys can have a look at it. I'm not going to show you the whole thing because of copyright strikes and all this other stuff, but I'm going to show you the two bits that I want to look at today. So give me 1 second. Oh, I should also talk about what this stream is about, just in case you didn't see my story or any of this other stuff. So tonight's stream is specifically going to be about, it's going to be part one of a two-part. So we're going to do tonight, and then next Monday is going to be this, which is taking a scene from John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978, because it's, you know, the Halloween season. It's one of the most influential slashers ever. Well, he invented the slasher, didn't it, technically? So, you know. But yeah, it's basically we're going to be taking a scene from that movie and we're going to adapt it into a comic strip format. Now, I'm not the first person to ever do this kind of stuff. It's done loads of times because film language and comic language are although they are so different, they are still both a visual thing. So you do have it happen quite a lot where you sort of see film language used in comics. Not so much the other way around, but sometimes you do too. You do still see it a little bit in films sometimes. And so I'm going to take that idea and we're going to do it as a live stream. So this is new. I've never done this kind of thing before in my life. This could end up being terrible, but we're going to try it. So it's going to be a bit bitty. The first one is going to be us discussing which scene to go with. We'll then choose the scene and then I'm going to rough it out. I'll explain more in a bit. One of the books I mentioned in the animated sequence just then was this book. This is like a Bible to me. It's a book by Scott McCloud. It's called Making Comics. It's fantastic. It's about making comics, unsurprisingly, but it's also just a really good book for storytelling and character creation. I think it's fantastic. But obviously, there's a lot of stuff about comic book theory in this. But what's really good about this book is it's in the form of a comic. So it's in the form of a comic telling you how to make comics. It's brilliant. Hey Harry, welcome to tonight's stream. I'm sure you know what it's about. The title's in the, included in the title. We're gonna be making comics today. Right. So guys, I'm gonna try this again. Technology. We'll see how it goes because obviously I've got to work out all the tech stuff. Could go wrong, so hopefully it won't. So what I want to do is show you guys. Try and show you guys. A media source. Or is it? Hold up 1 second, guys. So what I'm going to do. Hey Ollie! You're joining me at a time where I'm just trying to work out stuff, so give me a second. Right, so I've got a file called Halloween Scenes, and what I want to do is scroll through it with you guys. So I'm going to go to, I guess it would be, not media source, it would be... Let's go. Yes. Whoa, that did not work. That did not go the way I wanted it. Right, okay, we'll try this one. So. One new one. Why is it doing like this? Okay, this is good. This is promising. Right. It's a little bit messy, but here, guys, is scene. Hang on, move myself back into. I'm kind of behind the thing at the moment. That's very short. Let's get that back. Right. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Cool. I'm getting it. I'm learning. Right. So here is 2 scenes from Halloween 1978. Now I'm gonna pause the music. Music's paused, so you should be able to hear this, guys. And we're going to go through the these. Is there issues with my sound, Ollie? Did you say? Okay, that's weird because it's the. Hang on. Ah, I know what's going on. Give me 1 second. Oh my god. Oh my god. I know what the issue is. Give me 1 second. Okay. Here's a webcam mic. It wasn't the right thing. It's supposed to be. Hang on. I know what's happened. Okay. Okay, how about now? Do I sound right now? You're fine, Joe. You can lurk. That's totally cool. Do I sound right now? Does the sound better? Let's see what people say. Give me confirmation that there's still life there, guys. That sounds worse. Bloody hell, what is going on? Echo now on YouTube. What is going on? Why do we always have issues? Do I sound any better now? Or do I sound worse? Hang on. Okay, how about now? I think I've solved it. Right, good. So I'm going to just say, because this was all a bit of a mess, I'm going to start again. Because there's people on the stream now, there's, the mic's bare, everything. Let's start again. So, firstly, let's do this again. Give me 1 second. I mean, literally 1 second.
Hello and welcome to tonight's stream, which is going to be part one of us taking a scene from Halloween, the 1978 movie by John Carpenter, and adapting it into a comic strip. That's how I wanted it to go, and it did not go that well because I had technical issues. But now here we are. So, how are we all doing? We all good? Thank you, Harry. Thank you very much. Just see who's actually on the stream. Obviously, Ollie. Hello, Ollie. Harry. Oh, Andrew. I didn't see you there, mate. How's it going? You all good? I know Joe is about on Twitch. But yeah, it's exciting. So, what I've got in front of me right now is, it looks like just a screenshot of a part of Halloween, but it's not, it's actually the footage. So what I'm going to be showing you guys is two scenes that I'm thinking of working from, and the plan is tonight, it might be a bit bitty because basically the plan is we're going to be just taking a scene from Halloween and then we're going to basically do roughs of it, and you'll see what I mean by basically working out the pattern, how it's going to work. I'm thinking of a double page I don't want to say double page spread because it could be something like, I'm already thinking about maybe one of the pages as a full page, but I like the idea of, we'll see, we'll talk about it. But yeah, my point is I'm going to be doing this episode, this stream is going to be about taking a scene and then planning and plotting it. There'll be a bit of drawing here and there, but it's going to be very rough, right? And then next week we'll be fleshing it out more. So that's the plan, and it'll be over two parts. That is the plan. So it's going to be a relatively chill one tonight because it's going to be mainly rough drawings. That's hence why I've got Photoshop here, because we're not going to be doing anything too messy. It's going to be a little different from the normal streams anyway, and I'd like to give this a shot. So it could be terrible, but hopefully it won't be. But it's Halloween, so I thought, we'll try something different. Right. So here is the first scene, and it's got Laurie and her friends when they're walking home from school, and Laurie, played by Jamie Lee Curtis. And it's the scene where they're walking home and Laurie notices the shape, Michael Myers, coming out of the hedge and then going into the hedge. I'll show you the scene I'm talking about anyway. So this is the scene I'm talking about.
Want to get by your own? Phone's plenty off of me, girl. What time tonight?
I don't know if there's any sound from
you guys, but
it's very quiet. You know, the file was so quiet. But it's okay, you don't necessarily need to hear the dialogue. We're just going to be talking about the scene here. So, the friend goes into the house, and then we're only focusing on this bit. And this is the bit I'm thinking of right here. So you've got that, and you've got Michael going into the hedge.
Oh, look.
Look where?
And then you see,
In the bush.
obviously, her friends just...
I don't see anything.
crazy
I
guy.
drove by so fast that when you yelled at.
Oh, subtle, isn't he? Hey, creep.
But no one's there. Like Michael Myers
Lori,
obviously isn't
dear.
there. But she still has a little, like, because she's the fun
Wants
one.
to take you out tonight.
So she's going to be like, ooh, you know. Hey, Sir Gwivelot. We're not watching the whole of Halloween, I promise. I don't want to copyright strike.
He was standing right there.
Poor Lori. Scared another one away.
It's tragic you never go out. You must have a small fortune stashed from babysitting.
I would end it
so much.
before here.
You guys think I'm too
So
smart.
this bit, I think it's
I
more
don't.
just
I
the
think you're
reveal
wacko.
of
Now you've
nothing
seen
there
men behind
is what I
bushes.
quite like.
Well, home sweet home. See you later.
Oh yeah, okay. So
Bye.
I've cut it back here. I'm doing it mainly so you got context at the end and before and after. I'll press that. Yeah, there we go. I can pause it. Sweet. Right. So that is one of the scenes. Now, I don't know whether it's going to be a case of like adapting that scene from when Laurie's friend goes into the house and you've just got the two of them, and then you see maybe I would have it so it's a full page spread of Michael Myers just standing there or where you would cut it like down, so you would see. Basically, I quite like the idea of it just almost being like, oh, there's Michael Myers, and then it's kind of like, do you know what I mean? Like it's like a full page spread. It's like, oh my God, Michael Myers, but then while Laurie's looking, he's gone. I might not even draw him going back into the hedge. I probably would be more interested in just drawing the hedge again, and there's nothing there now. Although you would just copy and paste that. But you could do that as a split. So you could have like, you could have one panel where it's Laurie's initial reaction. Then you go to the other side and see Michael Myers in the hedge. Not in the hedge, but next to the hedge. Then back to Laurie again. Maybe her turning her head and turning back. And then Michael Myers is gone, and that's when you have her friend. And this way you can have more going on the double page, because I think because it's only gonna be a double page, so you doing multiple panels, draw him like Homer in the hedge. Oh, you guys want it to be like, oh, I was thinking of trying to keep it to similar to the scene, but with slight different angle changes and stuff like that. This is the weaker of the two scenes, I think. I just like the idea of the whole like, oh, Michael Myers isn't there. Let me show you the other scene first, and then we'll go from there. So let me just show the other one. So just playing out this scene. We're done. We're done here though. Laurie, you can go now. It's fine. We're done. There we go. Okay, cool. So let's fade to black. So the next scene should play in a second. I'll just scrub through. Aha, here we go. Right. So just a bit of context again. So Laurie's been attacked by Michael several times. This is obviously in the house. Oh, by the way, I don't know.
Mommy?
I probably should say something. Obviously, this is from a slasher movie. It's quite tame for today's standards, but just in case anyone's watching and goes, "Oh, I don't really want to see a woman getting strangled." Fair enough, but this is a strangulation scene, so just to let you know. Anyway, so we're gonna have so we've got this scene here. Let me just play that out.
Unlock the door.
So Laurie's checking in on the kids because she told the kids to hide.
And just listen to me.
Just showing you this part for
I want you
context.
to go down the stairs and out the front door.
We won't be adapting.
I want you to go down the street to the Mackenzie's house. I want you to tell them to call the police and tell them to send them over here.
Oh,
Now, do you
yeah.
understand me? Go do as I say.
So the reason I want to show you that is because it's context for the scene we are going to do. So it's from here, is what I'm thinking. So you got Laurie, obviously she's like, oh, because she's just defeated Michael Myers for the second time, I think, and then he gets up. Oh, sorry, from this bit. Sorry. It's after this bit, but it's a very similar situation. But you see there's Dr. Loomis there, and that's when he sees the kids coming out of the house, and that's when he's like, oh my God, there's shit going down in this house. That's probably where Michael is. It's from this bit. And then you got Michael attacking him. Goes on for a bit too long, I think. But Loomis comes up the stairs. There's a part where she pulls off the mask slightly. Oh, and the whole thing comes off. I forgot that. And then Loomis shoots him. And that's kind of what I want. Just that. Just that. Now, how do we feel about that? That's kind of the one I think is a stronger thing. I would do some edits here and there with it, but I think that's probably a more interesting, probably a more interesting scene to adapt, and that's the one I'm leaning towards more. Now, if anyone else is like sitting there going, and knows Halloween inside out and is like, actually, I think you should have adapted this scene or this scene or this scene, go right ahead. But I think this one's good because I think it's pretty good. You've got Laurie, you've got Michael Myers, and you've got Loomis all in one double page there. I think there's a lot of moment-to-moment shots as well, or action sequences, which I think will be fun to draw, interesting. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking anyway. How does everybody else sit on that? It'll be the same scene for two streams, Andrew. So what I'm planning to do now, right now, behind all this, will be planning the scene out. This might be a bit of a shorter stream tonight because it's going to be planning the scene out, and we're going to, like rough it out. So you've got like, this sequence happens, and then you plan that out. And then in the second stream, we'll be fleshing it out. So it becomes basically a final comic spread. That's the plan. That is the plan. It could go terrible, but we'll see. The other thing is, guys, is context for you, but we're not necessarily working to tell a whole story. We're just telling part of a story. So it doesn't matter if it's just a scene. It's okay. I'm giving you guys context so we know when we're like, if we were to adapt this scene based on a full graphic novel, we know where it's going from there. Like the reason I showed you the kids running away then is because we know that Dr. Loomis goes up the stairs and that's how he does it. Because I've already got an idea for Dr. Loomis's part and I've got a bit of an edit, which might be slightly different to the way the film portrays it and the way I would do it in the comic adaptation. Okay, Andrew, so you vote for scene 2 as well, okay? So it would be a double-page spread, Harry. It would be a double-page spread for one of the scenes. So I think with this one, because you've already got quite a lot happen here. So I'm leaning towards scene 2, and I've got and Andrew's like, yeah, I think scene 2. So if that's okay with you, sorry, I didn't mean to put words in your mouth, Andrew, but that's what you put in the comments. So I thought it'd be all right. But I think that's the one I'm going to adapt. If I was more of a machine, Andrew, I totally would do both scenes. But I think this is going to be an interesting dissection of the process of like adapting something into a comic. That's why I want to do it this way. Let me get off this screen because this is just not very interesting to see just the room. I will have to refer back to this occasionally. In fact, actually, I will start it again slightly, just so we can see what happens on the clip. So, and I can mute it as well, because it's probably going to be annoying to keep hearing it. So, analysing what happens in the scene. You've got Laurie having a moment where she stops, because she's just taken out the shape again and is exhausted from all this. So I'm going to just... Let's put it up there. So we can look at it and then we can write notes down here. So, first thing here. So panel 1, or at least let's note down what happens in the sequences. So we've got here... Halloween! Okay, so 1, Laurie, no, let's try that again. Oh, blimey, what did I do there? Oh yeah, you're right! What am I doing? Just draw... Right, let's try again. Okay. Shot of Laurie. There you go. So we've got a shot of Laurie after the fight. So that kind of thing. That's a good shot as well. I like that shot. So this might be a controversial thing, and I don't know what you guys think. I'm going to remove this bit. I don't want to see Michael Myers getting up. I don't think you need to see that, and I think it would be better and more impactful because it just happens. Do you know what I mean? So, for example, how I would do the shot is so like we wouldn't see this bit. It wouldn't linger as long because we only got certain pages. Also, he just wanders and follows her. I don't particularly like that. So we won't have that. We'll have her. She moves away. So up to here where she's like, oh, I'm done. And so we could have her like Laurie wanders out. 3. Then at 3, Michael attacks. Boom, Michael attacks. Struggle, because we see them tussling. So they're all that tussling. Another thing I want to edit out. I don't want to see Loomis going up the stairs. I don't want to see him going up the stairs because we've already seen him. He knows, and this is what I'm saying from the previous scene. We know he goes to the he goes to Laurie's house. Not Laurie's house. Is it Laurie's house? I can't remember. He goes to the house because he sees the kids come out and he's like, Michael Myers is in there. Obviously he's in there. So that means he knows. So I don't think we need to see this shot because later on I want to use the gunshot as a reveal that Loomis was there. That's what I want to use. So we don't need to see Loomis. What we want to see is the mask pull. And I want to see that. So we get like number 5. Mask pulled up. And another thing I'm going to edit out. It's a lot of editing on this, but I think it worked. So we've got him, like the whole mask comes off. And we see him put the mask back on before Loomis shoots. I don't know what your thoughts are, guys, but I don't think I want to see him try and put them... Well, we could see him try and put the mask back on, but rather than seeing him put it back on and then he gets shot, I would rather have him just like... Or you could have it so like he's got the mask on here and he's putting it like down to here. And then we see the gunshot. Just like a gunshot. Whether it's going to be Myers reacting to being shot or like seeing a gunshot or like a gun shooting. I'm not sure yet. I have to work that out. But mask pulled up. Laurie falls. 7. Michael. Puts mask back on. 8. Right, and 8 is when you see the gunshot. Shot. 9. Michael reacts. And then 10, reveal Loomis, whose name I actually can't remember, so I've done it like this weird there. That's kind of what, so there's 10 moments in that sequence that I would, I don't necessarily have to choose all of them. We can dumb it down, because there's a lot here, there's 10 different sequences, so we can probably look at it and then change it slightly, or whatever, or remove certain things. I'm just going to look at the comments now. What's this? Can you fit him into a border panel that changes over the page? Like a Jan Brett book. Oh, hang on. Let me look up what you mean. Like a Jan Brett book. Hang on. Let me have a quick Google search, Andrew. Can you fit him into a border panel that changes over the page? Quite possibly. This is what I'm talking about though, guys. We can sort of like... I like the idea of analysing it and then just I don't think I've ever read anything by Jan Brett. Like a Jan Brett book. Oh, I see, an American author and oh, it's like children's books. Okay. Could you give me an example of what you mean, Andrew? Would you mind? Because that's quite interesting. I mean, I'm all for it. This is the point. This part 1 of the stream is about this. It's just talking and planning this out and then seeing where it goes. I'm obviously going to do some doodles here and there and stuff, but this is the planning stage, and then next week we'll be doing the whole making it into a comic. Is the plan. So I'm thinking. Let's have a look. So shots of Laurie after the fight. Yeah, I'm thinking. Laurie falls and the mask being pulled up can sort of no. You could make it so the Laurie falling and the mask happens at the same time. So we could have it so there. You could do that. I think I'll be good if we've got 8. I think I'd feel a little bit better about doing that. I think 8 would be better, but we'll see. Just check and make sure the stream's still healthy, guys. Sorry, Andrew, I'm just looking at your message now. Oh, also, yeah, I'll be back in a second, Twitch. I'm coming back to you. Yeah, in the Gingerbread Man, in the main part, but then there's a bordered art that tells a concurrent story without narrative. Without narration. That's interesting. That is quite interesting. I think it all comes down... Oh, Harry. I think it all comes down to what you want to do with the finished page. I presume... Sell it at... No. Oh, no. Harry... All this is just entertainment. We're just doing this on the stream. I'm not planning to sell it. That's kind of why I'm doing it digitally, because I'm not using up resources. I'm not doing any of that stuff. So if you have 3 rows of artwork on the left, it could be the background first with him not there or barely visible. Row 2 would be him standing, and then row 3 he is gone. I see. Are you, Andrew, you talking about the... scene at the start. Sorry. By the way, guys, we are focusing on scene 2 is what we're going to be using. So Michael Myers, Laurie, and Loomis. So when I say the start, I don't mean the start of that video I showed you. The start of this scene. I'm talking about the scene that we're going to be taking, the sequence that we are going to be drawing. So you mean when Michael Myers gets up. So if on the left, you could in the background first with him not there or barely visible, row 2. On the right page, Lewis is coming up the stairs, row 1. Row 2 is him taking aim, and row 3 taking the shot. Oh, I see. Are you thinking of having it so it's... Hang on. Let's have a look at this book here. Making Comics by Scott McCloud. It's a brilliant book. Right. So, there's types of panel layouts, or... Well, not panel layouts, but like panel, like, what do you call it? Types of panels. Or transitions. He calls them transitions, right. You've got moment to moment, a single action portrayed in a series of moments. That's good for slowing down time. We're not doing that though. We don't want to slow down time. We've got a lot to do. So moment to moment probably isn't going to be the thing we're talking about. Action to action is the one that I've been considering. You can mix and match these, by the way. Action to action is a single subject, person, object, etc. in a series of actions. You then have subject to subject, which is a series of changing subjects within a single scene. Then you've got scene to scene, Transitions across significant distances of time and or space. Aspect to aspect. Transitions from one aspect of a place, idea, mood to another. And then you got non sequitur, but that's not relevant at all to us. Like it could be... I'm just thinking, because what you've got is, you've got three... So what you're suggesting, Andrew, is maybe having like three different things happen at the... Like, three different things happen, but like concurrently. So you've got like, you know, one panel which is... So we can cut back and forth. So there's more cuts. Because this already has this already has some cuts in the actual scene, in the movie. But I'm thinking like, yeah... Okay, so if you were to do... So maybe putting Loomis back in, as in... Because I already removed him going up the stairs, right? And he just... You know, we don't see him until the very moment where he's made the gunshot. Because then it's like, oh my God! And they like it's a reveal that Loomis got into the house in time and shot Michael, right? But you could do... You could have it so he does... Yeah, like you could have it showing him go up the stairs and we have that moment where it's like, oh God, it's all happening like really tight. Is he going to get there in time? And then I still think you can use the reveal of the gunshot as the final like, Loomis is here. But we could then show this scene of the stairs, I guess. It's all about the shapes, isn't it? That's the thing. Hello, Joe. Like a column on the left that has the room and the context changes each row to show what happens. Yeah. Might be hard to fit it in. I do agree, Andrew, that might be quite hard. But this is the point. This is what we're doing right now, is just sitting here and planning it. And I'm going to be doing really rough doodles very shortly. So, I'm just thinking... Hang on. Okay, so if we do... Let's see... Loomis goes up stairs. 3.5. I'm just putting it back in because I think Andrew has kind of persuaded me to maybe put Loomis back in doing the run up the stairs. I'm still not sure, but... And I certainly think because there's going to be a lot going on, I don't think I want to show Michael Myers getting up. I kind of want it to be a case of like, Laurie's there, she gets pounced on, and that's when we're like, oh no, Michael Myers is still around, rather than it's like, we saw it happening, you know? And I think that's the issue I have with Halloween, and I know it's a film from 1978, I know it's had a lot, you know, it's a product of its time, but there's a lot of times where you're just like, you know, it would have been really good if you didn't show me that. And I felt like that with Michael Myers, when you see him, because if I show you that scene again, what I'm talking about, you see him sort of dodder along here. Like, hang on, let's go back to the scene I'm talking about. Here, I don't like it. This bit, where you see him sort of like there, and Laurie's just like, oh God, I'm exhausted. Which is fair enough, she's been through a lot. And you just see him waddle forward, and then she starts moving, you know, she moves off. Like, she moves off, and he's just still waddling. I don't want to see the waddle. I just want to see the moment where he comes in and takes her out. It would have been much more, I feel, it'd have made much more of an impact if we didn't see him until the moment. Because he's like, oh God, he's still alive. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, let's see here. So, shots of Laurie after fight. So like, I'm thinking, let's hash this out. Let's give this a go. So I'm going to go on I'm just going to do a very rough... Let's go print. Let's go for an A4 size. Right, let's do this. Now, this is going to be very rough, guys. But, so, if we look at this, it's a Laurie shows of Laurie after fight. So, actually, you know what? Give me a second, guys. So that's a double page spread. There we go. So we've got a double page spread there. Let's say the sentence here. That was terrible. That's more like it. Right, so let's say the center's there. Just so you got a rough idea. Right, so that's our double page spread there. Now, if we've got, so we can have Laurie, so let's see. I'm thinking, so you've got like two here. Laurie's all like, so we've got Laurie. She's like, oh my God, this has been crazy here. I have got so much. This has been ridiculous. This has been a horrible night. This is the worst. So she's all like, oh, I have a bit of tears. Oh, been so much. What does her hair look like? I know we're doing this rough, but I'm curious now. I don't know what, hang on. Let's have a look. I don't even know what her hair is like off the top of my head. Also, what am I saying? I haven't put the music back. Let's put the music back on. There you go. Macro blank is back. Right. So. Oh yeah, she's got her hair down, hasn't she? Also, and that's rough. Scrap that. Because she's not looking like that, she's looking more down, she's all like that. Laurie there. So we have a walk out at this point. So we can have a walk out here. Or you know what could be fun? We have another idea. What could be a fun idea? You can have her like move off. And then we see Michael there. What do you think about that? Huh? We can have it. So Michael is right there. Oh, she's safe, and then we see her move away. In fact, we can even have it so he's off the panel because he's so big. So we can have him so he's like off the panel, kind of so you can see the top of his head. She walks off like that. And then So I think actually, you know what? Let's move this. Let's make these panels a little bit smaller. We don't need them to be too close. And then we have it so. Because I quite like your idea somewhat, Andrew. It's having it so we have it so the panel. In fact, let me hide the video because it's kind of in the way. Anyway, sorry guys, you can probably see it more now. So I'm thinking strangle. Come back to that in a second. I'm just getting the panel out. So we've got the strangle happen here in this sort of long panel. I'm not sure how we do that yet, but it's only because Andrew said about about Loomis coming up the stairs, and I'm thinking like maybe we can have a shot. Not Loomis himself. We don't see Loomis, but we can see his feet going up the stairs. You know what I mean? Because I think that would be quite cool. So you can have it so like, you know, because he's on his way to save her, right? And I quite like that sort of, I think that adds to the sort of intensity of it. We know it's Loomis from the start, or do we? That's the other thing. It's almost like, or it could be Loomis, but we've already seen from the previous page or the page before then that we know Loomis has seen the kids come out of the house in this graphic novel, right? So we've seen that happen already. I think we can focus on Michael again on this panel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels. We can have, I have to number these. 2, 4, 5. I don't think it's taking up enough of the space, but then you've got like, so the idea would be the mask would be coming off on panel 5. In fact, you know what would be really good? Now this is gonna be fun. Right. We can have more of Loomis going up the stairs. Obviously a different drawing. I don't mean like we're going to just repeat the same drawing, but we'll have like having him run up those stairs. Unless we have it from a different angle, maybe. In fact, actually, you know what? So let's if we do... Obviously, I'll do a better job in the actual drawing, but so you've got like a different angle. You've still got like the stairs happening here. You've got him going up the stairs, but you're just seeing the feet. Might switch them around, I'm not sure. Then this one, you see Loomis's hand on the railing, but there's still the steps, so it's now a different angle, but it's like, oh yeah. So that's what I was thinking. So you've got like, as Andrew was saying earlier, you've still got the space, you're still seeing shots of Loomis going up the stairs, and I quite like. Now I'm thinking about it, it's actually quite good, like a good pattern. But I don't want to keep using his feet. But I also don't want to reveal that it's Loomis straight away. I'm really fixated on not revealing it's Loomis until he shoots. I quite like that. Do you want to show the guy shooting from Michael's perspective? Not necessarily, Andrew. What I want. And I need to work out what this is going to be. I'm either going to have it so we see a bang, the gun being shot, and we see Michael getting hit, and then we reveal Loomis. So we can either show the gunshot, which I think would be more impactful, or we can just show Michael getting shot. You see what I mean? Like we just show Michael going, oh, like that, or we show the gunshot and then Michael. I think that's probably gonna be more impactful. The problem is it's gonna be more panels, and we're running out of panels here. Unless I make it 3 pages, I can make it 3 pages, because what we can do is I think what I would like is Loomis is the reveal, and I would like that to be a 1-page type thing. Maybe a little panel with Laurie being like, oh my god. I don't know, something like that. We could do 3 pages. Let's see how that looks. Because the plan is, although I'm going to be trying to do final pages, it'll still be somewhat rough. Because at the end of the day, as Harry asked earlier, I'm not going to be selling this. I'm not going to do it. It's purely for entertainment, guys, and a bit of fun, and just to see if you can join me on a bit of a creative, thing. Also, it's something different, something different from the normal streams. I think I'm going to do this one, and then part 2 of this, and then the stream before Halloween, we'll do something else spooky, but it won't be related to this. It'll probably be more like going back to drawing in pencil and ink, but maybe coming up with monsters together or something like that. I was thinking maybe making monsters. That might be fun, like a monster factory type thing. That's what I'm thinking for next, not next week, but the week after. So, so what we could do. I'm trying to think if we could do that, and then. Got that Michael moves off, strangle, running up the stairs, Michael Myers losing his mask there, because Laurie's like losing her life almost. She's, Loomis still running up the stairs. Maybe Laurie falling to the ground, maybe, at this point. And then you've got So my plan, don't know if that's legible or not, what I'm trying to do here, but so you've got Laurie falling to the ground when Michael's just like this because he's trying to put his mask back on. Then we have the sequence where Michael tries to put his mask on, which we can see. But we see Laurie get dropped, so he stops strangling her. Because I think that's kind of important as well, so people are aware that she's not dead. You know. In fact, I might even remove the panel on this one. I'm going to remove the panel instead. And have it so we have him. We don't need a panel at this point. So I think that makes sense, guys. He's pulling the mask back on. And then, so one thing I'm thinking about is a silhouette. Because I really like that idea of like, so at this point here, in fact, just to give you an idea of what I'm thinking about for colour, although I'm probably not going to have a lot of colour on this, guys, when we do the final one, but just to give you an idea. Because I think it'd be quite fun. That's when Michael gets shot. So we have it, we just see it like, we see like, poof, like that explosion, and that's that silhouette. Just like, because he got hit. In fact, I might even make that a bigger thing. could do something like that. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I don't know what you guys think of that. So you've got like, I think when Andrew's saying about like having Loomis come up the stairs, so you could do. Well, this is the thing, Harry. I don't think so. There'd be some backgrounds here and there, but because of limitations and time, I probably won't be drawing many backgrounds anyway. But I feel, especially with that, having just the color tone red is good. Is a good sign. It's like we've shown like something's happened, and if you can make it look like using a silhouette and making it so you've got these little specks and stuff, you've got to make sure. In fact, I might get rid of these. We've got to make sure that it's noticeable that it's a gunshot. Which, I mean, it might not be that good on this version of the drawing, but hopefully in the final one we can sort of make out a bit more. Something like that. So you've got like, so that's it. So that shows Michael's being, I mean, it doesn't even have to be a completely blacked out silhouette, but I quite like the idea of having it so as long as you've got his shape, then we can tell who he is. And I think that shows a clear conveyance that there is a gunshot that's been fired and he has been hit by the gunshot. I think that kind of works there. So you've got Laurie, who's just like, as a moment of reprieve, she moves out, but Myers is standing right there, and Myers then strangles her. We then see Loomis going up the stairs. We see Laurie losing her life, but she moves the mask up. We see Loomis again with the stairs. We then see Laurie being thrown to the ground as he tries to put his face back on his face. And then, as he does that, he's then shot. And then, on page 3, we can have Loomis be revealed to be the guy that shot the gun. How does everyone sit with that? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm not so sure whether we need more panels showing the struggle a bit more, is what I'm thinking. Maybe there needs to be more of Laurie trying, like a moment, like I think that's the thing, we've got like a moment of reprieve, then Michael is there. We might need more pages, that's the thing. Because you've got, Laurie moves out, the shape is there, you then have the strangle happen. I almost don't know now. Do we need this panel here? Do we need the Michael Myers putting the mask on? Would it work without that? Because, you've got him doing that. Like, could you do... I'm not so sure now. I'm not so sure whether we should do... Let's save this one. I'm just thinking, Harry, with is there any need for certain information? So, like, him putting the mask back on, is it needed? Because you've already got, technically over here, you've already got where Laurie falls. You've then got Michael putting his mask on up here. So he's all like this. So you can have him doing that, and then he's shot. And I also liked, again, it's the whole idea of these rows. So I know we've got two up here, but then you've got this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, bam. And you're breaking the cycle. That's why I quite was thinking, could that work? Like, you're seeing this sort of like, what I'm seeing is a very oppressive thing. So you've got, like, in terms of this scenario, this story right now, you have like, all hope is lost at this point. Laurie's about to lose. She's gonna die because she can't, you know. And I've almost like this, just like doof, 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 and then having this wide. In fact, I didn't make this wider. I'm thinking about it now. You know what? I'm gonna make it like so it goes across the page like that. There you go. It cuts through. It cuts through the final part. We don't have another block. We don't have another panel of that length or that shape, because this panel comes in and breaks that cycle. That's kind of what I was thinking. I think why it kind of works. But I do see what you're saying. I do see what you're saying. Unless we squeeze. Oh, sorry, Harry. I'm just looking at what you said. Maybe not directly, but you could have something not as explicit, like something that's mundane, like a view of him holding the mask by his side. How do you mean, Harry? Because the mask only partially comes off. It comes off to about here. It's pulled up, isn't it? Which, by the way, I think about it now, I don't know how Laurie would do that when she was like, ugh, but like, for the sake of this, she pulls it like upwards, doesn't she? She cuts it off, or she kind of tugs at it. So, because you see his full face, which I'm not going to do. I don't think it's necessary. I don't know why they do that. It's almost like they're going, oh yeah, cool, we can get to see his face. But really, I don't think that's important. So, I've got a kind of like, she moves the mask up because she's dying and she needs to help them. You can see in that panel, that's why I've got her hand sort of moving away, like she's losing life. But her moving that mask up means she's got a chance out of it. So what you could do here, can we shrink the panels? I'm thinking. We're making it tighter, so you have more panels here, and I think then we can have more of a breakdown. So we can get this panel here, we can have here. And then I think you've got more of what Andrew was saying, where you've got more of the separation of things happening. Oh, thinking. this panel here will happen over here instead. Do you see what I'm doing, guys? I'm sort of making it so I think it will read a bit better. We can then have another panel of the struggle. It does make sense, Harry. I'm just trying to think of why. Because the only thing is, if you've got him like he drops. This is the thing. He drops Laurie because he's putting the mask back on. The reason she lives is because she took the mask off him. So if you have a moment where, and it's only pulled up, and then he has to pull it, but he has to put the mask back on because, like, you know, he drops Laurie, grabs the mask. So I'm like, I'm with you. I think it sounds great, but the only thing is I don't know how it will work with the. Do you know what I mean? The view of his neck area, so his face is still hitting that. Yeah, I'm not. It's because you won't see from this angle. You won't see his face necessarily. You're seeing him doing this. So like you can't really see my. I'm quite obscured when I do this, for example. If I'm doing this, so it'd be like that. You'd see, which over here you can see. You only see the jaw. Right here you see what's kind of going here, so you can probably see a bit of the eye there and stuff. But it's kind of like you're seeing this mask being pushed up. And that's when we have him. In fact, what I would do though, just so it's a bit more interesting in terms of angles, I will flip that. It's better if we have it this way. Ooh, whoops. And then we can have it from that shot there. So if we have that, and I think this panel down here can be more of the struggle. Look at strangle again. Different angle, different thing. So you've got like, I think this would work better because you've got Laurie there. She's exhausted. She's taken out. Had it taken out of her. She moves away. As she's moving away, we see Michael standing right there, strangled. We then see Loomis going up the stairs. We then see her still struggling with trying to get this guy off him. We then see Loomis's arm and the stairs. We then see her pull the mask off, and that's when she's free because then she drops to the ground. Michael's trying to put his mask back on. Again, you're not seeing effect, you're just seeing the mask, and then you see him get shot. What we could do, so it's not so similar to that angle. I like what you're saying, by the way, Harry. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that I feel like to show the mask fully off, I would think would disrupt the flow a little bit. I like the idea though. What I'm going to do is remove this though. We're not removing the panel though. I'm going to replace the panel with something else. I'm thinking. So instead, So now we have Michael Myers putting his mask back on. So we're seeing it from the side. Sorry, from behind. We're seeing it happening from behind. You see over the shoulder type thing. Slightly different angle. And then we see Laurie on the ground. So we've seen her land, we see her on the ground. It's now switched angles. We've now switched to this angle. He's putting the mask on, and then he's shot. So you're still seeing them stick, you're seeing the back of the head. So that's why I was thinking maybe something along those lines might work. I'm not sure, what do you think? Yeah? I think that could possibly work. So now we have Laurie moving away, and Michael Myers comes at her, strangles her. We got then Loomis running up the stairs. We then have we still have the strangle struggle type thing. We then have Loomis going up the stairs. I think I might even switch that angle as well, but we'll see. I might do that later. Maybe I'll do that on the next stage. But we have it so Loomis is going upstairs, but he's holding on to the railing, so we've got a different angle slightly. We then have Laurie pull that mask away from Michael's face, and that's when he drops her. We then see Michael putting the mask back on. We then see a gunfire. We could even add a blam, but I just don't know. Is it necessary? Is it needed? This is the thing. Is it needed? You could just do. But is it needed? Do we need that? Probably don't need that. Probably no need. Probably no need. Cool. And then let's have a third page. Let's see. Yeah, the third page. So 63 seconds. That's my maths. I was like, boo! Right. What does Dr. Loomis look like at that point? Let's have a look. I'm just going to quickly look at the scene again. Because he does a lot of, oh yeah, he does a one-arm shoot, doesn't he? Look, okay, that's a good scene. I'm going to show you, I'm going to put that in there, guys. Give me a second. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Give me a second. So, right, so we need to have him. Oh, oops. Why is it now switched? Oh, it's so annoying. My Mac has just decided to. Why is it doing that? Come on. Damn it! It keeps switching to. I'm trying to draw on this now, and it won't let me draw on it. So give me 1 second. I'll try and work out what the problem is. So I'm going to save this for now. I'm kind of liking where this is going. It keeps insisting on going on that side. I don't know why it's doing that all of a sudden. Oh, hey Andrew, sorry, I'm just having a bit of issues with my computer, so I'm just trying to. Well, it's not the computer. It's not my computer. It's my tablet. It's my drawing screen. It just doesn't like my new computer. Or it does, but it's also like it does this thing where sometimes it will. I think my old machine used to do that. There we go. There we go. That's better. Right, I'll just put that back on. Give me 1 second. There we go. Right, we are back in business. So, Andrew, no, I think I've got this, and I know because it's also not super violent in the film, so I quite like this being sort of like not like overtly violent, but it's still quite graphic. And that's what I was kind of thinking. Do you think we should show the bullet going through? Anyway, I'll quickly draw what I was trying to draw, which was Loomis. So we'll go one more shot. What do you think, guys? Do you think we should just leave it so it's just the full page of Loomis? Or do we want to see Laurie's reaction? Because I think in the... Let's just have a look on the last. Let's look on here. Can we pause the mask on? Because you do see you see Laurie. She's like, oh, with her hands and stuff. Do we want to see that, or maybe Laurie reacting to just the fact that, oh, and also to show that she's still alive, right? That she, well, I mean, we did already show her being alive here, in this bit right here. The intention would be here. She lands, but she's not dead because she's like, okay. In fact, I've actually made it so she technically could be looking over here to see that Loomis is there with the gun. You think full page, Harry? Stick with just the Loomis reveal full page, not have a little panel of Laurie at the bottom. That. Okay. Guys, I don't know what you think, but I think I'm pretty happy with this. But this is only part 1. Part 2 is going to be fleshing this out, so it's going to be actual drawings rather than these rough doodles. But I think already from this you can see like 3 pages are sort of formed. Move out of the way. I'm going to move Laurie off. She's going to be gone. Where is this bit? Ooh, there we go. So they're my thoughts. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? So, reading from left to right, we have Laurie when she's reacting like, oh, she's been like, oh. Laurie moves away and reveals the shape, Michael Myers, and I like the fact that that he doesn't even fit the panel. He's too big. In fact, I might even have it so he can maybe even go a bit over more or something. Maybe. We then see him attack. He pounces on her and starts strangling. We then see Loomis's legs, or just legs, we don't even know if the Loomis is what we do, it's going up the stairs, right? We then see more of the struggle that's happening. We then see more of whoever this person is rushing up the stairs, a different angle of some kind. Then we see Laurie pushes Michael's mask upwards away from his face, which causes him to then drop Laurie. We see Laurie fall to the ground. And so we see it from the angle of Laurie falling back. We then see Michael trying his best to put the mask back on, which is obstructing his face still. We then see Michael has put the mask back on, and Laurie is still alive. We still see her sitting there. She's looking at it like, oh God, I need to get away. And as this scene is happening, we then see Michael gets shot. He gets shot. We then see this panel right here, and I'm still aware of a blam, sort of like it's like violent and visceral. And then we then reveal Loomis was the one that took the shot, because Loomis got into the building. Loomis was the guy that was running up the stairs, and Loomis is the person who shot Michael. What do we think, guys? That's what I'm going to go with, and then next week I will be fleshing this out. So we're going to be doing proper drawings rather than this. I'm going to be taking this and making it into a full actual comic. It's a bit of a quick, well, it's quicker for this. I mean, it's still nearly 10, but like this is a quicker one than usual. And it's a bit of a weird one. So I just want to say thank you all for joining me this evening and doing this. I know it was a bit different. Let me know how you felt. If you hated this, I'll never do it again. But if you liked it, I'd love to do more. People kept saying suggestions, like people like saying like, oh, what about Terminator 2 or there was other ones people said. I can't think of any others now. Yeah, someone said Terminator 2. I was thinking of Jaws. That'd be pretty cool. So just like taking scenes from movies and then making them work into the comic form is pretty interesting. I hope it's entertaining. That's the thing I want, and there's still a collaborative effort. Like, I mean, Harry had some great suggestions. Andrew gave me. I mean, Andrew changed it because I wasn't gonna have Loomis barely in it, and now Loomis has. I know it's his appendages, but he's got like what, like 1, 2. He's got 3 panels devoted to the 3-page now, when he was only going to have maybe 1 to reveal him. Yeah, I think so too, Harry, and I want to show this. I also kind of want to show a bit of like comic theory and stuff, and like interesting stuff about storytelling and stuff. I kind of want to do more stuff like that. Also to recommend books like this. This thing is great. If you are making comics or working in any sort of like storytelling medium anyway, I highly recommend this book. I know it says it's about comics, but I would even apply it to film, novels, anything. It's really, really good for character stuff and like storytelling in general. But it's very good, obviously, if you're making comics. Love this book. Scott McCloud, Making Comics. He also did a book called Understanding Comics, which is also very good. Understanding Comics was his first book. However, I rate Making Comics more, and Making Comics doesn't get as much love as Understanding, so throw that in there. And I think it's brilliant. Is this one that I got signed by him? No. I met him. He did a presentation at the British Library once, and it was great. Loved that. And I got to sign my book. But I have 2 copies of this. This one is my bashed up, my used copy from when I was 16. This book is for like 11 years. No, 11 years. What? I read it 14. Jeez. Anyway. Guys, I think I'm going to end the stream there. I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Honestly, it's great that we got to try something a little different. Come join me next week for part 2, where I'll be fleshing this all out. And the Halloween celebrations do not stop there, because then the week after that, I think just to top it all off, we're going to make some monsters. We're just going to sit down and make a few monsters. I think that'll be fun. If you're not doing anything on Thursday night, I'm streaming again, and on Thursday I'm going to be playing. Let me go back to it. So guys, I'm going to be playing on Silent Hill F. So if you're up for watching me play some video games, come join me on Thursday and watch me crap my pants, because I can imagine this is going to be pretty scary. I'm quite a wuss. So yeah, but it's Halloween, it's the Halloween season, so we're going to be playing Silent Hill F on Thursday. So this Thursday, gaming stream. Monday, more of, you can see it underneath, but more of, oh my god. No, stick to starting screen. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah. Thursday this, and then on Monday back to doing more Halloween comic. But yeah, for now guys, have a fantastic evening, and I will see you either on Thursday or I'll see you next week. Alright, take care.